I'm in here because I want to do a quick video. I want to talk real quick about what has helped me to become more healthier, what you can do, what we all can do. What I'm still doing, I'm still in a constant journey of doing, but literally something you could do to become healthier instantly. So, a lot of times we think about being healthier, like a lot of things in our lives. It's like this big drastic thing. It depending on where you starting from, it can seem like a big task, like you got to go from 0 to 100, or it could be like, okay, I'm doing like all the wrong things. How am I going to get to this other side where I see this person, working out every day, several times a week, um, eating healthier foods every day for every meal. Like a lot of these things, health being one of them, can seem like it's very overwhelming to some. Um, and that's why I want to share with you one of the tips that I use to get to where I am now, and the tips that I'm using to continue to further my health, to further optimize my health, because it's always work to do, always can be getting better. Um, Basically, like I said, you can get healthier right now. What I mean by that is it's just there's things that you do, smaller things that turn into bigger things. And when I say that, I mean you can do one thing, and that's a healthy decision that you make for today. Today, you decided to be healthier. You are healthier because you did that one thing today. It might not seem like a big thing. When I just say one thing, I'm like, you might be thirsty. It's hot. I'm pretty sure it's hot where everybody else is right now. It's like August. No. It's the beginning of September. It's the beginning of September. It's real hot right now, like in the 80s, and I live upstate, so I know where you at. Probably hot. You thirsty, right? You might be like, okay, I got pop in the refrigerator, but I also got some water. You make a decision to be like, I'm gonna drink some water instead of pop. That one decision makes a difference. It's not like a big drastic decision. It's not gonna change your life forever, but those small little single decisions make up the bigger picture. So that one pop, you know, pop can have, and soda, wherever you from. I'm upstate, I say pop, soda, whatever you say. But that pop can have upwards of 50 grams of sugar, probably about 150 calories, right? You do that twice a day. Just say you do that twice a day. You used to drink, I don't know, 4 pops a day. Now, twice of them pops, you replacing that with water. That's 300 calories for the day. And not only calories, 300 empty calories, because let's not talk about the ingredients that are in these things that you're not putting into your body. Instead, you're putting in water. You're now healthier, just like that. Like I said, it's not big and drastic, but you continue to build on these small things that will get you to a place that is much greater than you were before. So now you drinking water, right? Now you at the store. You usually buy purified water. The spring water is a few dollars more. But you like, hey, I got the money. I'm going to decide to get spring water. Now you're healthier. You just made a decision that was so small, like, listen, I'm getting the spring water because it's healthier than the purified water. Just that one decision, it makes a difference. Even though it seems so simple, simple things can become not complex, but simple things, easy things, I can say, can become a big goal or help you reach a big goal of yours. And I'm making this video is also for me because I'm also guilty of those things too. I'd be like, if I do this one thing, like, what difference does it make? You know what I'm saying? Like, because my goal is like way up here. So if I do this one thing that gets me here, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like you got so much longer to go. But over the years, I've just continued to get better and better, like as far as my health goes. And I just started with doing just one thing. If I could remember back, I remember how I started drinking water because I used to be one of them people that, just like a lot of people, I had to feel like I had to have flavor in the drink. So everything I drank had sugar in it. And sometimes we don't realize how many calories we add on to our day just by the drinks that we drink, because this stuff got so much sugar in it. And then you really got to watch out when you have a bottle of something and then it'd be like 17 grams of sugar, but then when you look at it, it might be for like 8 ounces when the whole drink is 16 ounces. So when you really become like keen to these things, you start to pay attention and be like, dang, I'm drinking mad sugar, I'm consuming mad sugar just based off of this drink, and it's so easy to do. That's why, and it's not, this video not about drinks. I'm just saying, just simple things. You watching this video right now, you might be sitting down. If you decide to just walk around the house, wherever you are, with this phone in your hand, you're just made a healthier decision. Just like that. Like, you are increasing your daily steps by just watching this video while you're walking around. Now, this video is not gonna be that long, but you still walked for 10 more minutes out of the day than you usually would have. And this may definitely make a big difference if you're used to sitting down. Even if you're used to being active, just watching this video while you're walking, it makes a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's basically about small goals that turn into larger things. And a lot of times, like I said, we overlook them, or we feel like we might as well not do it at all because it's such a small thing. But one day you notice that all those small things that you did, it really turned into a big thing over time. Like, you look back and just one soda that you swapped for water, now all you drink is water. Or you look back and you used to just sit down all day. Now, since you be watching podcasts and stuff, you walking for like a good hour and a half a day if you decide to walk. Like, a lot of times if I'm on a treadmill, if I'm just walking around, if I watch like a long video, I can't just sit and watch a long video, like a hour and a half long video. I gotta feel like I gotta be moving around or something. If you decide to just walk around like for the whole video, for half the video, you look back and be like, dang, I really walk 3 more hours than I used to just watching 2 podcasts a day. And I already watched the podcast. Only difference is I just decided to, walk to be active. And there's a lot of things that you can do to be intentional. Like, if you want to add on to this, like I have like a stationary bike. I wasn't really with the stationary bikes, not saying nothing wrong with them. It just wasn't my choice of like a cardio exercise. But when I was in nursing school, I'll be studying a lot. And you know what I'm saying? I can't necessarily study, or it wasn't really good for me to study. I can't just study on a treadmill because I'm like walking and my body bouncing, and I'm like, it just, I got this big old textbook. It just was nowhere for me to put it. So I got this stationary bike, and then I got like a table, an adjustable table that I will put in front of it. And the only thing that really be moving is my legs. So you're not really burning as many calories, but I just like sitting down for hours and hours just studying. You know what I'm saying? They always say like, yeah, when you go to nursing school, you gain weight, because you just sitting down, you just studying, you just eating. Well, it's like, I'm like, man, I'm at least burn some calories, while I'm doing this. So simple things like that. I see a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but I've seen before people have, it depends on what kind of office you in, but you can have small compact things. If you go to work, you have a small compact thing that you take to work. They got like these little pedal things that you can put under the desk, and then just be pedaling. It don't matter if you pedaling oh so slow. You are burning more calories than you would be just sitting there answering the phone, just sitting there writing. You don't burn a lot of calories writing or typing. You know what I'm saying? So those small things, you're not running a marathon. You're not biking a marathon. You're not biking for an 80-mile distance by putting this little pedal setup under your desk. But I'm saying you're doing better than you were. So I could, make several examples of this. But what I'm saying, and I'm not sure what I'm going to name this video, but it's going to be something along the lines of how you can instantly become healthy. Because a lot of times we think, just like with a lot of things, we think that we got to do something super big to make a big difference. But you don't have to do that, and then people say that to me often, like when they know that you live a certain lifestyle, people would be like, I know you be eating organic, but I mean, the organic stuff, a lot of time they use fertilizers, and then it's like they always, they might find something wrong, or find an issue or a flaw in a thing that you're doing, or a way that what you're doing can be not counterproductive. But I'm saying, like, there's flaws to everything. Like, organic food has and can and has been contaminated with certain things, whether it be E. coli, with these big farming practices. So people bring that to you like, I know you be eating salads, but those salads could be contaminated. It's like, listen, I'm just doing my best. You got to do your best. Just let me do my best. You do your best and we do our best. You know what I'm saying? Like, and those simple things, it just be like, okay, if you let that overwhelm you, like the people that get in your head, or just even you getting in your own head, because a lot of times that's what it is us thinking too much about something to where we just don't do it. It's like, okay, dang, I'm gonna eat organic, but oh man, if I eat organic, it might have this, and oh man, if I eat organic, what if I have to do this? It's like, just do what you can. Just do something simple. It's like the things, like even using his phone right now is not the healthiest thing, to do. It's not healthiest thing to do. Like, we exposed to a lot of, like, I put the blue light filter in my phone. Even with the blue light filter, you have some level of strain on your eyes because, these things are not really, we didn't always do these things. Like, we didn't always sit for hours on end on our phone, like looking and scrolling, and you know what I'm saying? So just doing this is not the healthiest thing. But if you looking at this video right now, you usually binge watch videos, be like, hey, I'm gonna watch this video, then I'm gonna do something. I got my phone. I don't be getting the newest phone. So I'm quite sure if you watching this video, it's a good chance that your phone has a setting. And I don't even know if I put the setting on there. I don't think I did. But it's something that alerts me and shows me how often I use my phone a week. You can go to it in a setting, but it'll give me an alert. It'd be like, you use your phone an hour less this week or an hour more. Just looking at those things, you can be conscious of being like, listen, all right, I usually watch, like, I don't know, YouTube, or I usually watch videos for like 2 hours a day. I'm going to cut down to an hour and 40 minutes. That might be cutting 1 20-minute video out of it. You just became healthier. You just made a decision that's small, but then next week your phone might be like you used your phone an hour less just by doing those small cutting a video out. And I'm not saying it's bad to watch videos, but I'm saying just to be sitting watching stuff for hours, just like, you may watch TV. You watch TV shows. You watch TV shows and you just binge watch the shows. Like, you sit down and watch TV on the weekend. It's 10 a.m. in the morning. By the time you stop watching TV, it's like 7 p.m. Well, you kind of know how your schedule is. If you watch TV for an hour less, 2 hours less, it's like those small things add up and it actually contributes to your health over the long run. So, like I said, I make this video because I know other people have the same thing that they struggle. I make this video because it's something that I struggled with and continue to struggle with, but it has been pivotal in me progressing, like, in my health journey, like actually just doing things, and in all parts of life. Like, I know I'm talking about health in this video, but so many different things that you look at and you be like, dang, I gotta do this and I want to get here, but you don't want to just take that small step. You don't want to just take that small step. And I remember seeing, it was like a little picture. I don't know if it would be considered a meme, but it was like a picture, right, with somebody who was trying to climb this ladder, and the ladder had these big gaps on it. Like, so in order to get to the next step on the ladder, I don't know if they had to leap. They had to do like a heroic leap to get to the next step on the ladder, right? So they was like at the beginning of the ladder. They wasn't really getting anywhere because, like, the next step was so high. But then the ladder right next to them, it was somebody else on that, and those ladders had the steps that was like very close together, just your average ladder. And so the person who was on that ladder taking the smaller steps, they actually was getting further. That actually was a good analogy that I thought about. That I gotta find that picture. But that's a good analogy right there. Like, you can get further taking smaller steps than the person taking bigger leaps, because often those things that are considered a bigger leap, they take a lot of time. And then when things take a lot of time, sometimes you trick yourself out. It's like analysis paralysis. Something is so big, a task is so big that you keep putting it off, you keep procrastinating instead of just taking a small step, being like, all right, I eat junk food. Just say I eat junk food. Instead of saying, well, tomorrow or next week, I'm just about to eat nothing but fresh fruits and vegetables. You going from eating fast food for each meal of the day to eating nothing but fresh fruits and vegetables next week. It's possible. But the chances are you may not do that, or you may not stick with it because you coming from a place where you wasn't doing none of that to you trying to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, okay, instead of saying I'm just gonna stop eating fast food and I'm just gonna eat fresh fruits and vegetables, you could be like, all right, I'm gonna stop eating fast food for breakfast, because I always got breakfast food. Instead of eating fast food 3 times a day, I'm just gonna do 2 times a day. And you might be thinking like, well, I'm still eating fast food. Why not eat it 3 times a day? I'm eating it twice. No, that makes a big difference. And when it comes to fast food, that's a lot of calories. That's a lot of empty calories, things that are not nutritionally beneficial to your body. So you go from eating fast food 3 times a day to 2 times a day. And then the thing is, when you get into a routine of those healthy habits, like whatever you decide to eat for breakfast, right? You might be like, dang, it's kind of easy to make my breakfast at home, and it's actually more convenient for me to make my breakfast at home than it is for me to go out and figure out what I want to eat, go drive there, wait at the drive-through. Now you like, dang, I'm gonna make my lunch too. Now look, you don't went from, and this could be over the span of a month, where you went from eating fast food 3 times a week to not 3 times a week, 3 times a day to 1 time a day, just figuring out like once you did it for that one meal breakfast, now you figure out for lunch, you'd be like, man, well, I'm gonna just make my lunch too. It's a lot simpler. You know what I'm saying? It's just simple things, small things. But when you actually are doing it, you can get further than you would trying to take these big steps. So I'm hoping that helps you. Like, I'm hoping that these small tips help you, and you actually do something. Like I said, you can do it now. I hope you did do it now. I hope you did, make a healthier decision during the span of this video. It was a little longer than I wanted it to be, but if you end up walking, you've been walking for about 17 minutes right now. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely wasn't a shorter video, but I hope that it helps you out in more than one way. So that's all for now. I'll see y'all next time.